1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Alright. Have you ever worked at a job where you gave your all every single day and you still never felt that you got paid what you deserved? This is what it is like for thousands of Americans who only get paid $7.25 an hour, which is the minimum wage federally across the nation. Depending on your state, it can be higher or lower. I myself used to work in a restaurant for 3 years and got paid $8.25 an hour the entire time that I worked there. So I personally know what it feels like to get paid less than what you feel like you deserve. Today, I would like to talk to you about why minimum wage should be raised to $15 an hour. Between the cost of living going up, employee turnover, and poverty in this country, the minimum wage has to go up. Now let's take a look at why minimum wage cannot support the current cost of living. The cost of living is increasing and minimum wage cannot support it. In an article by Investopedia, it states that inflation of the dollar has a lot to do with the buying power than it did 20 years ago. The dollar does not hold as much power as it used to. The price of goods has gone up immensely over the years, and it cannot be supported by just $7.25 an hour. It states that you would need to make, on average, $17.90 an hour to rent a one-bedroom apartment in America, or $22.10 an hour to rent a two-bedroom apartment comfortably. In Nashville alone, over the last 10 years, real estate has taken off. Now let's take a look at why employee turnover is an issue. Employee turnover happens when people don't feel appreciated for the job that they are doing. When employees leave a company, it ends up costing a company more to train a new employee than it would to actually keep their current one. Those who make the federal minimum wage have a 70% chance of leaving a company within the first year and a 32% chance of a turnover rate. The Raise the Wage Act was passed by the United States House of Representatives, which will make the minimum wage $15 an hour nationwide by 2025. If the Senate considers this bill and it passes, turnover rates will drop drastically. This would help reduce poverty in this nation, which currently we have 18.5 million people living in poverty across the United States. Full-time minimum wage workers make on average $14,500, which is definitely not enough to live off of in this day and age. 28 million workers are struggling to make ends meet each month, and they cannot support their families. A minimum wage increase would mean that more than a quarter of the workforce would see an increase in their wages, which would help people immensely. This allows them for better resources such as healthcare and basic needs that they may have not been able to get before. People will end up being more financially stable, and it will help them make better financial decisions. This will also help them to teach their children how to make financial decisions and not follow in the same footsteps that they did. Today I discussed why minimum wage should be increased. From the cost of living going up, to employee turnover, to poverty in America, minimum wage has to increase. As you can see, it's extremely difficult for anyone to be able to live off of $7.25 an hour and have the kind of lifestyle that they want. Due to recent times with the global pandemic going on, people have found themselves either being laid off or not working as much as they used to. Stimulus checks have helped some, and it has lessened the burden a little bit, but many people are still struggling to make ends meet. People who live paycheck to paycheck substantially struggle, and this is why minimum wage should also be increased. If minimum wage was increased, it would open up so many amazing doors for employees across the country.